Each month, you open the envelope or log into your account and look at your Social Security check, and the same painful question returns: how am I supposed to live on this? In the United States, that money disappears into rent insurance, a few bills, and you're left waiting for the next month. But here's what almost no one tells you somewhere else in the world: that very same amount can buy you an entirely different life. Not a life of struggle, not a life of stress, but a life you can finally live. In these places, you can eat out every day without guilt, get medical care without fearing bankruptcy, wake up in a bright, sun-filled apartment where the morning light pours through the curtains, birds sing outside your window, and the ocean breeze brushes across your balcony. A hot seafood meal for $5, not $25. A peaceful afternoon on the beach that costs you nothing but a pair of sandals. Today, I'm taking you through 5 countries where a small Social Security check can buy you a much bigger life. A life you truly deserve. If you're preparing for retirement, or simply searching for a place where life finally feels lighter, this video is for you. Number 5. Morocco. If your Social Security check feels too small for America, Morocco is one of those rare places where that same amount suddenly feels generous. This is a country where the Mediterranean breeze meets African warmth, and where every day moves just a little slower in the best possible way. Most American retirees settle in Agadir, Essaouira, Marrakesh, or Tangier, each with its own rhythm. Agadir offers long beaches and a calm coastal lifestyle. Essaouira feels like a painting: blue doors, seagulls circling above the harbor, and quiet stone alleys that slow your heartbeat. Marrakesh buzzes with color and ancient energy, while Tangier feels almost European, sitting at the very edge of 2 continents. No matter where you land, Morocco surrounds you with a blend of Arab, Berber, and French culture, a combination that feels both exotic and unexpectedly familiar. And the expat community is large, warm, and steadily growing. But what truly surprises most retirees is how far their money goes. A modern, comfortable apartment in Agadir runs $350 to $550 a month. A steaming plate of traditional tagine costs $3 to $4. A cafe where you can sit for hours people-watching or reading your favorite book is just $1. Add everything together: rent, food, utilities, transportation, and a few comforts, and a single person can live peacefully on $900 to $1,300 a month. In the US, that amount barely pays rent. Here, it buys the freedom to actually enjoy your days. Healthcare is another pleasant surprise. Private hospitals in Casablanca and Marrakesh are modern, well-equipped, and staffed with doctors trained abroad. A private doctor's visit averages $20 to $35, and a good private insurance plan costs $40 to $90 a month, numbers that instantly remove the fear of unexpected medical bills. Staying long-term is easier than many expect. Morocco allows foreigners to live there through a residence permit, carte de séjour, and the requirement is simple: show a stable income, such as around $1,200 a month, from Social Security. The bureaucracy is far lighter than in most European countries, and once approved, you settle into a country where everything feels slower, warmer, and more affordable. Of course, no place is perfect. Traffic can be chaotic in major cities, and knowing a bit of French or Arabic will make your daily life smoother. But the trade-off is worth it at low costs: good food, a gentle climate, safe streets, and a lifestyle built around conversation markets, sunsets, and simplicity. So the real question is, will you choose the golden beaches of Agadir or the cool Atlantic winds of Tangier for the next chapter of your life? Number 4. Turkiye, Turkey. If you've ever dreamed of living in a place where East meets West, where ancient history sits right beside modern comfort, Turkiye might be the country that transforms your retirement. This is a land where mornings begin with the smell of fresh bread from the bakery around the corner, where afternoons drift by under warm sunlight, and where your social security check stretches further than you ever imagined. Most retirees gravitate toward 3 places each, offering its own version of paradise. Istanbul is the heartbeat of the country. 500 years of history layered into one mesmerizing city. You can sip tea along the Bosphorus, watching ferries glide between Europe and Asia, realizing there's nowhere else on Earth quite like it. Further south, Antalya and Izmir feel like completely different worlds. Sun-drenched coastlines, palm-lined promenades, and huge expat communities that make it easy to build a new life without feeling alone. These beachfront cities offer the slow, relaxed rhythm most retirees crave. And the costs. That's where Turkiye becomes truly appealing. In Antalya, a modern apartment just steps from the sea ranges from $350 to $550 a month. A plate of freshly grilled kebab, flavorful and filling, costs only $2 to $3. Your total monthly budget, $1,000 to $1,400, including rent, food, utilities, transportation, and the occasional seaside dinner. With those numbers, life stops being about survival and becomes about savoring sunsets, conversations, and simple pleasures that don't feel like luxuries anymore. Healthcare in Turkiye is another major advantage. The country has one of the most advanced medical systems in the region, with modern hospitals, English-speaking specialists in major cities, and top-tier equipment. A private doctor's appointment costs $15 to $25, and a solid insurance plan runs $60 to $120 a month. It's the kind of care that gives you peace of mind, something every retiree deserves. For long-term living, Turkey offers the Expat residency, one of the more straightforward residency permits in the region. If you can show stable retirement income, usually $1,000 to $1,200 a month, your chances of approval are excellent. Once granted, you can settle into a country where daily life is smooth, affordable, and endlessly enriching. Of course, Turkiye has its quirks. Some government offices operate slowly, and in the eastern regions, fewer people speak English. But stick to coastal zones and major cities, and life becomes easy, friendly, and full of warmth. The combination of low costs, flavorful food, rich culture, and good infrastructure makes Turkey one of the most underrated retirement havens on the planet. So, here's the question that matters. Will your next morning coffee be along the Bosphorus, or on a sunny beach in Antalya, where the Mediterranean breeze greets you every day? Number 3. Georgia, if you're searching for a place where life feels gentle, affordable, and full of character. Georgia might be the country that steals your heart without warning. This is a land where mountains cut through the sky, where wine has been made for 8,000 years, and where strangers treat you like family long before they know your name. Most retirees begin their new chapter in Tbilisi, a city that somehow blends old-world charm with modern comfort. Ancient stone streets sit beside glass bridges and trendy cafes. Orthodox churches ring their bells, while young artists set up galleries in old courtyards. Every evening, the smell of fresh bread and grilled meats drifts through the air, and locals known for their warmth always seem ready to pour you a glass of homemade wine, whether it's your first time meeting or your 50th. Then there's Batumi, the city by the Black Sea. Clean, calm, and unbelievably affordable. It's perfect for retirees who want the rhythm of ocean waves without the price tag of other European coasts. Here mornings start slowly, barefoot walks along the promenade, old fishermen selling their catch, the breeze cool and soft even in summer. But the true magic of Georgia is how effortlessly your social security check stretches. A comfortable apartment in Tbilisi costs $300 to $500 a month. A full meal at a local restaurant, kinkali, khachapuri salads, and maybe a glass of the famous Kavevri wine is only $4. When everything is added together, housing, food, transport, utilities, a retiree can live well on $900 to $1,200 a month. Not just survive life, well eating out, often exploring markets, taking weekend trips to mountain villages or vineyards. Healthcare is another pleasant surprise. Georgia's private clinics, especially in Tbilisi, offer modern, reliable care at prices that almost feel unreal. A private doctor's visit, $20. A full blood test, $15–$20. For retirees who worry about medical costs in the US, these numbers bring a quiet kind of peace, one you can feel deep in your chest. And staying in Georgia is shockingly simple. As an American, you can live in Georgia for 1 full year without needing a visa. If you want to stay longer, residency is straightforward, as long as you have stable income from abroad. There are no complicated paperwork hurdles, no endless embassy appointments, just a country that genuinely welcomes foreigners. Of course, Georgia isn't flawless. Local wages are low, which means some public services aren't as developed as in Western Europe. You may have to be patient with bureaucracy at times, but the trade-off is a country that offers safety, affordability, a mild, climate-rich culture, and some of the warmest people on Earth. So the only question left is, will you choose Tbilisi's old stone streets and warm, wine-filled evenings, or Batumi's calm Black Sea mornings for the next chapter of your life? Number 2. Peru. If you've been searching for a country where culture, comfort, and affordability blend seamlessly, Peru might be the hidden gem you've been overlooking. This is a land of contrasts where colonial architecture stands beside snow-capped volcanoes, where Pacific waves hit the cliffs of a modern capital, and where ancient Inca paths wind through mountain air, so pure it feels brand new. Many retirees choose Arequipa, the White City, named for its gleaming volcanic stone buildings. Days here move gently. Sunny skies almost all year, mild temperatures, and a peaceful rhythm that makes retirement feel like a reward rather than a struggle. Mornings begin with church bells echoing off white walls, and evenings settle into soft light as the volcano Misti glows in the distance. If you prefer something more urban, Lima offers the pulse of a major coastal metropolis, modern malls, oceanfront parks, international restaurants, and a significant expat community. The cliffs of Miraflores overlooking the Pacific aren't just stunning, they're the kind of view that makes people rethink what retirement can look like. And then there's Cusco, the historical soul of Peru. Cobblestone streets, colorful markets, Andean culture, and ancient ruins just a short walk away. Living here feels like stepping into a history book you get to read slowly, page by page every day. But what truly makes Peru stand out is how far your income goes. A comfortable apartment ranges from $300 to $600 a month. A full menu, del dia soup, main dish, drink, and sometimes even dessert costs only $2 to $4. With everything combined, a single retiree can live well on $900 to $1,400 a month, including housing, food, transport, and the occasional weekend getaway into the Andes or up the coast. Peru also offers some of the most affordable private healthcare in South America. Clinics in Arequipa, Lima, and Cusco provide modern care at prices that feel almost unreal. A private doctor's visit costs $20–$35. A good insurance plan runs $30–$80 per month. For retirees who've worried about medical bills for years, Peru brings a sense of relief that's deeply emotional. Even residency is straightforward. The Rentista retirement visa asks only for proof of $1,000 in monthly income, less than many other countries require. Once approved, you receive permanent residency quickly and with surprisingly little stress. It's one of the most retiree-friendly visa systems in Latin America. Of course, Peru isn't perfect. Some regions struggle with crime, and not every city offers the same level of safety. But choosing well. Arequipa, Cusco, or the safer districts of Lima, gives you a lifestyle that balances culture, comfort, and security. So the real question becomes, will your retirement story unfold under Arequipa's eternal sunshine, along Lima's dramatic ocean cliffs, or amid the ancient stone pathways of Cusco? Number 1. Albania. If your dream retirement includes turquoise water, quiet mornings, and a cost of living that finally lets you breathe, Albania might be the most surprising country on this entire list. Tucked along the Ionian Sea, one of the bluest, clearest coastlines in Europe, Albania offers beauty and affordability in a way few countries can match. The most popular cities for retirees stretch along the coast like pearls Vlore, where wide beaches meet calm, shimmering water. Durrës, a lively yet relaxed port city, and Sarande, a sun-soaked seaside town where summer feels endless. Here life slows down. People greet each other warmly. Strangers help you without hesitation, and mornings begin not with traffic noise, but with the soft sound of waves rolling onto smooth stones. It's Europe, but without the European prices. And the affordability is what truly astonishes most newcomers. A modern seafront apartment runs only $300 to $500 a month. A fresh seafood meal overlooking the water, grilled fish salad, olive oil, pressed locally, costs just $10 when everything adds up: housing, utilities, groceries, transportation. A single retiree can live comfortably on $900 to $1,300 a month. In the US, that's barely enough for rent. In Albania, it's a complete peaceful life. Healthcare is another quiet advantage. Private clinics across Tirana, Vlore, and Sarande offer clean facilities and attentive care. A private consultation costs $20 to $30, and most medications are up to 70% cheaper than in the US. For retirees who have spent years worrying about medical bills, Albania offers something rare: peace of mind without breaking the bank. Living here long-term is refreshingly simple. US citizens can stay 1 full year without a visa, and extensions are easy. Residency is also straightforward: prove stable income, or sign a long-term rental contract, and you're on your way. No complicated interviews, no endless paperwork loops, just a small, welcoming European country that genuinely wants newcomers. Of course, Albania isn't perfect. Public services can be slow in some areas, and winters, especially in the north, bring a light chill. But these trade-offs feel minor compared to what you gain: safety, incredibly clean food, breathtaking beaches, and a cost of living so low it feels almost unbelievable for Europe. And that brings us to the question that only you can answer. Will your next chapter be written along the shimmering Ionian coast, Vlore, Durrës, or Sarande, where life is simple, beautiful, and finally affordable? And here is the truth that matters most. A social security check does not define your future; the place you choose to live does. Not the number printed on that paper, but the land beneath your feet, the sky you wake up under, and the country that lets you finally breathe without fear of bills, rent, or medical debt. Today, we've explored 5 countries where your retirement isn't about survival, but about truly living: Morocco, with its warm Mediterranean breeze; Turkiye, where 2 continents meet and life feels rich even on a small budget; Georgia, the gentle crossroads of wine mountains and hospitality; Peru, where culture and comfort come at a price anyone can afford; and Albania, a European coastline so beautiful it feels like a secret. Each of these places offers something different: peace, culture, ocean, mountains, warmth. But all share one thing in common: they give your social security the dignity it deserves. So now, the choice is yours. Will it be the blue coast of Albania, the soft mountains of Georgia, or the golden sunlight of Morocco? Tell me in the comments which country you want me to break down next. Your suggestion might become the next video. And before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because in the next episode, we're uncovering another set of destinations where a small check creates a big life.